Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to make this bracelet. Now all it is, I don't know if you can get a good look at this, it's a chain and bead bracelet. And the things you're going to need to make this, it's really easy, it's simple, and you should be able to do this really fast. And that's what it's going to look like. I'll try to give you a good view. Things you're going to need for this project are some wire, craft wire, whether you get it on a big spool. Again, you know your gauges. If you're familiar with my videos, I always tell you, and if you're also familiar with making wire jewelry, it's very important to know the thick gauges you want. Okay, there's thin, medium, there's all different gauges. The higher the number, the thinner it gets, the lower the number, the thicker it gets. So or you could just look by eye and see. And they have tons at the craft store. These particular ones I got at Home Depot and Lowe's. It's great because it lasts you. I've had these for 2 and 3 years. You can keep going and practice and you won't mess up. So if you're not really good at it, I suggest you go ahead and practice before you buy the good stuff and then waste it, because they can be pretty pricey. So you're going to need some craft wire. The second thing you're going to need is some jewelry tools. This is just a basic set. They have a more advanced set with more pieces, but you definitely should have a set of these. They're not expensive. You can find them at any craft store, Walmart, and dollar store. The third thing actually that you will need is some chain. Now they have chain on spools at craft stores. You could also order them online. Or if you have an old necklace chain that you just don't use anymore, it's an extra one, then go ahead. And what you're going to also need is some beads. Various different sizes. Okay, so now you're going to the first thing you do is take some wiring. Depending on the size of the wire that you're going to want, whether it's a medium, fine, depending on your bead holes that you're going to be using. I have a medium. I don't remember the gauges of these. It's not written. I believe this is like maybe an 18. Okay. So you're going to need some of those. Also, you're going to need some jump rings. Depending on how small your chain hole is going to be. Now these are a good size, but I do have smaller. Let me see if I can grab you one that you can take a look, because they do come pretty small and you're going to want some bright lighting, probably better than I have right now. And they get really small. See this one? See how small that one is compared to my others? It's really small. And then you have this size. So keep that in mind when you're making the jewelry, because not all jump rings are going to fit your chain and not all wire are going to fit through your beads. So that's important. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to take a piece of wire for this part, okay? And you're going to take your round nose pliers and you're going to make a hook and then a loop. So you don't have to make a big one, just one big enough to fit your jump ring in. And this one's pretty small, but they're going to be small jump rings. But if you can see on here how I made the loop is pretty small there, because then I put the small jump ring and then the bigger jump ring. See? So the small jump ring went through right over here. This is the very small one right here, because I had to attach the chain. Then it went to a bigger one, went on that, and then another one went on that loop. But if you want it shorter, you can just put a big and then attach it there, okay? Okay, so after you did that and you made your loop on the one end, you do want to straighten it out, get your chain nose pliers and kind of straighten it out so it's not like on an angle, okay? And if you already know how to do that, then you don't have to worry about. Then you're going to put your beads in there, however you want to do it. Over here I put like a little spacer one and then a little bead like that. You can use whatever you want that's going to fit through there, but keep in mind you got to do it on both sides. So do that and let that, this will stop it. Your hook will stop them from falling. Then put your big center bead on there and then do the same thing on that side, and then you're going to make your hook. You might have to trim the excess and make your hook and straighten it so it looks like that. Then for your chain, you're going to have to get your chain out and just go look at the size of your wrist. You can measure your wrist, or you can just take a piece that you'll know will end up here and then do the same thing. If it gets long by the time you're ready for your clasp, which that's the other thing you're going to need. You're going to need a clasp. This is a big lobster claw. You can get a package of these at any craft store. I got this at Michael's. They have different colors, different like smaller ones, bigger ones, but I like the big ones because whether you don't have nails or if you have long nails, they're very easy to use. And then once you cut the wiring, you affix the small jump ring, then the big jump ring, and then affix it to there. Then on this side, I left a little extra, but you can just hook up the small jump ring and then the big jump ring. And if you want to leave a little chain, you could put a bead at the bottom. That's for decorative purposes. That's all there is to it. And then it could be as tight or as loose. You can adjust it. And that's it. And it's really simple, and it really looks nice. And I'm going to insert some pictures of it on. Okay, that was my quick video because my battery's dying. So I hope you'll keep watching my DIY crafts playlist on my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. And I always try to add 2 to 3 videos a month, sometimes more, sometimes if I don't have time, only 1. So keep watching for my future videos, and I hope you enjoyed that.